baby Harper is rushed in for a medical procedure, while Lily begins to suspect that Jodie is interfering behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Carla Connor faces an unexpected shock in Coronation Street next week when an infant is abandoned right outside her home. The little girl turns out to be her brother Rob's child, leaving Carla with no option but to step in. Her partner Lisa Swain encourages her to reconsider, but Carla struggles with the responsibility. At the same time, Steve McDonald is devastated to learn that his father Jim has passed away. Unaware of the heartbreaking timing, Cassie Plummer had been preparing to take their romance to the next level just moments before the news arrived. Elsewhere, Debbie Webster grows increasingly anxious about what lies ahead, and Lily Platt uncovers a startling secret at number 8. Here's a preview of everything unfolding on Coronation Street from Monday the 2nd to Friday 6th March. 1. Steve McDonald is hit with heartbreaking news about Jim. Cassie is poised to propose, with Tim guiding an unsuspecting Steve towards Victoria Gardens. But just as the big moment approaches, Steve receives a call informing him that Jim has died. The proposal plans are immediately abandoned, leaving Cassie crushed. Later at the Rovers, friends gather to toast Jim's memory. Tracy notices Cassie's glamorous outfit and then catches her slipping an item into Mary's pocket, raising suspicions that Cassie had planned something significant. As Steve breaks down in front of Tim and later discusses funeral arrangements with Ben and Cassie, Tracy realizes he remains completely unaware of how close he came to being proposed to. 2. Brody Michaelis searches for answers about Mal Roper's assault. After Bernie's arrest, Brody begins probing for details, questioning Kit and Sarah about the attack on Mal. Their uneasy reactions make it clear they are hiding something. Brody reports his concerns to Bernie, who confronts Kit directly. Under pressure, Kit eventually reveals the truth. Behind bars, Debbie assists Lou in making bracelets for her children. When Paula attempts to take one, Lou refuses and suffers the consequences. Debbie later discovers Lou badly beaten. During a prison visit, Sally, Brody, and the girls are horrified by her injuries. Meanwhile, Carl sweet-talks Debbie during a visit, persuading her to give him more money. Sally overhears and warns Debbie that Carl is manipulating her. Though Debbie defends him, she cannot ignore her doubts. Back in her cell, she confides in Lou about her fears over her declining memory and the possibility of spending her remaining time incarcerated. Lou informs Sally about Debbie's emotional state, prompting outrage. 3. Carla Connor and Lisa Swain face unexpected baby chaos. Carla opens her door to find a baby left in a car seat on the doorstep. Lisa follows the woman who abandoned the child and discovers the baby, Connie, is Rob's daughter with prison officer Mandy. With the grandmother hospitalized, Carla is asked to care for her. Carla initially refuses, even when reminded that Connie could otherwise enter foster care. However, sleepless nights soon follow as the baby cries, forcing Carla, Lisa, Betsy, and Ryan to adjust to a sudden new routine. Later, as Carla gently rocks Connie while watching television, Lisa senses that Carla may be softening towards the idea. 4. George Shuttleworth becomes the target of online abuse. George is shaken after noticing a series of fake negative reviews about the undertakers and suspects Annie is responsible. Glenda attempts to counteract the damage by posting positive feedback online, while Christina reveals she has reported Annie to the authorities for defamation. Tensions rise when George is summoned for questioning over fraud allegations linked to Annie. He arranges a meeting with Christina and Glenda, but a call from his solicitor throws everything into chaos. Will he manage to clear his name? 5. Harper Platt undergoes risky surgery. At the hospital, David and Shona nervously watch as doctors prepare baby Harper for an operation to remove a mass. Acting on Jodie's advice, other members of the Platt family arrive to show support. When news spreads that Harper has experienced a minor bleed, panic sets in. Overcome with stress, David snaps and tells everyone to leave. Jodie comforts him before stepping outside, where another mother mistakenly assumes she is Harper's mom and that David is her partner. Will Jodie set the record straight? Eventually, David and Shona reappear to find their loved ones anxiously waiting in the car park. The big question remains, will Harper pull through? 6. Lily Platt uncovers Jodie's secret. Lily discovers a hidden box of keepsakes under the stairs belonging to Jodie, including a cutout photograph of Bernie and Brian's stolen book from the cabin. She begins to question why Jodie has been targeting neighbors. At the hospital, the mother who previously spoke to Jodie approaches her again and mentions her daughter. As Jodie discusses Harper's surgery, she is stunned to realize Shona has overheard everything. Back on the street, Lily confronts Jodie with the incriminating evidence involving the Alahans. Can Jodie talk her way out of trouble? 7. Todd Grimshaw faces financial trouble. Theo returns earlier than expected from visiting his mother, leaving Todd scrambling to ask for money to buy a birthday gift. Theo gives him £200 but insists it must also cover dinner expenses. Todd's confidence crumbles when he receives a notification warning that his bank account is overdrawn and that essential services will be suspended without payment. With debts piling up, Todd may soon feel forced to take drastic action. Coronation Street viewers believe they've uncovered a huge twist involving Steve and Ben, and if it proves true, it could completely reshape the storyline. Maggie has never been known for her soft or welcoming nature. She's usually outspoken and quick to voice her displeasure when something irritates her. However, fans recently noticed that she appeared unusually unsettled during last week's episodes. In Friday's February 20th installment on the Cobbles, the Rover's newest landlady was spotted casting wary glances towards her son Ben, who was happily sharing drinks and conversation with Steve McDonald, a man he's recently struck up a close friendship with. Trying to interrupt their growing camaraderie, Maggie encouraged Steve to call it a night. When he decided to order another round instead, she reluctantly served them, though her uneasy expression did not go unnoticed. So what exactly is troubling Maggie? Why does she seem uncomfortable around Steve? There's been no on-screen indication that the cab driver has done anything to upset her, yet she clearly isn't thrilled about his blossoming bond with Ben. Fans quickly picked up on her strange behavior and began forming theories. Some are convinced they've figured it out, and if they're right, the consequences would be enormous. One viewer suggested online that Maggie's tense reaction hints that Jim McDonald could also be Ben's biological father. Others echoed the theory, speculating that a past connection between Maggie and Jim might explain her discomfort, with some even wondering if Steve and Ben could unknowingly be brothers. Longtime viewers will remember that the soap previously confirmed Maggie had an extramarital affair while she was married to Ben's father, Alan. A flashback episode in December showed Maggie pushing Alan down the stairs during a heated confrontation about their troubled relationship and her infidelity, proving she has a ruthless streak when pushed too far. The identity of the man she had the affair with has not yet been revealed. However, if Jim McDonald turned out to be involved, it would dramatically alter the narrative. Interestingly, Steve and Ben recently discussed their easy friendship, joking that it might stem from their shared Irish heritage, a detail that only fuels the speculation. Meanwhile, Jim is reportedly set to be written out of the show in upcoming scenes. Steve is left stunned this week when he discovers that his father named him as guarantor on his flat, meaning he must cover the unpaid rent himself. Coronation Street continues to air Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes available to stream from 7 a.m. on ITVX and YouTube.